Hello everyone, this is Susie Beiler and I come to you in yet another video channeling Prime Creator. And as always, my intention is to be a pure, clear channel. And I also invite you to take in this information, take it into your own hearts, into your own soul, and discern what information is for you and what resonates with you.
Will the food supply and diet of humans be different on the new DNA Earth?
Yes, dear one, this will be part of a gradual change. As we conversed before, what is of lower density and lower frequency will not be able to sustain itself on the new DNA Earth, as the new DNA Earth is a higher frequency. And so some of the food that is in your supply now, especially the GMO food and food containing contamination via pesticides and fertilizers, will not be able to be sustained on the new DNA Earth. And so as that fades away, your food supply will change to include more vibrant, high vibrational food. And so as you have seen these farms that contain many animals in small spaces, and how it harms this life and these animals, you can understand that this type of vibration will not be sustained on the new DNA Earth.
If other beings brought about the hologram around Earth with their agendas, why have benevolent beings not been able to remove it yet?
Yes, dear one, because of the intense illusion of all of this. Many beings that have worked with the light to raise vibration and consciousness, even these beings have been to some degree trapped in this illusion. And so to the degree that they are trapped in the illusion, they are also participating in creating the illusion. Even though they are not aware of this, they are participating and thus creating more of the illusion, and that is what has been so difficult for the awakening and the immersion of the full light and love.
Will the binding of souls be avoided in the future?
Yes and no, dear one, as all is always at choice. A soul can choose to remain in illusion. However, because of the new frequencies that will be on the new DNA Earth and the dimensions into which souls will travel in September, all eventually awakens.
If convolution is experienced again, much later, will it be easier to navigate if this occurs?
For some, dear one, because of the experience their soul now has in navigating the convolution, they will remember the pathway out of it. But for those souls who are not in that advanced state, shall we say, they will continue to be on their journey of awakening.
What are some ways we can remove programs, patterns, implants, and imprints of the hologram in order to transcend old paradigms?
Yes, dear one. This is a very, very important question, and I thank you for asking it. With very strong intention and commitment for your growth, you may simply state, I now choose to release all programs, paradigms, imprints, implants that do not serve me and do not serve the highest good. And you may state this out loud over and over, dear ones. The more you state this with intention and commitment, the more you state this with resolve, dear ones, the clearer you shall become, and you shall break free from the matrix and the illusion.
Some beings have spiritual experiences of battling demons and evil. These experiences reinforce duality. Is there information to assist those that have experienced this to progress towards unity experiences?
Yes, dear one. First, you must realize that if you are battling demons on the external, they are simply a reflection of what is internal within you. This is difficult for many to own or many to realize because it means they must look within themselves. And many do not wish to do this, especially when it comes to lower vibrations such as these. Again, you can free yourself from this illusion by stating that you wish to release all old paradigms, programs, imprints, and implants.
Some have visions or experiences of some of the hierarchy battling the shadow. Is there clarity to these experiences?
Yes, dear ones, because many still carry the shadow within themselves and wish to be free. They have requested assistance from the hierarchy. And so the hierarchy facilitates the light coming in, blasting light and love to these shadows, as you refer to them, so that these beings that have requested help may be free from the matrix. These are not shadows that are within the light beings of the hierarchy, rather they are giving assistance to those who have requested their help.
And their observation of this, seeing it as a conflict between light and dark, is there any information to assist them in understanding what's going on?
It goes back to the conversations about polarity and duality, dear ones, because those who have not fully accepted the love and light of who they are, those who have not fully awakened and remembered this about themselves, continue to see those shadow aspects. They continue to see darkness in their external world. And again, this darkness is a reflection of what is within themselves. It is a very tricky illusion, as you might say, dear ones, because in truth, all souls are light and love. But in density, with the illusion and the matrix and the hologram, you see much darkness.
Which laws of life would most assist to be known in relation to soul growth?
Yes, dear ones. The law that carries forth soul growth is the one I mentioned before about the energy that you put forth is what you receive back unto yourself. And so if you can remember in every moment, with every thought, with every emotion, with every action that you take, the energy of those thoughts, emotions, and actions go out into the world, go out into the galaxy, the universe, and universes beyond, and affect all life everywhere. And so if you can remember this in each moment, you may make different choices to allow for soul expansion. You might remember what is truly important. And when I say truly important, I refer to your heart's desires, your soul's desires, rather than those desires and wishes of the ego mind. And from this place you might make different decisions that allow your soul to expand. I will highlight this channel as she has made many choices and decisions that have gone against what was normal in her external world. But she always followed her heart and her soul's desires rather than those desires of ego mind. Of course, she is not perfect, but this is what enables me to speak through her, because her soul is what leads her.
You often invite us to remember who we are as light and love. How are some additional ways we can do this?
Yes, we've talked previously about being in nature, because in general, the energies of nature are purer and closer to source than anything else you will find on your planet. Being in nature, dear ones, allows your mind to quiet as you allow the energies and vibrations to assimilate and integrate into your beings. This is sometimes easier for those sensitive ones, as they are able to feel this a bit easier than others. However, all benefit from being in nature. As you observe nature, you will see how nature is constantly creating itself. There is no striving, there is no ego mind manipulating. Nature remembers who and what it is in its love and light and creation. And so you may assimilate these energies and codes and information and activations that nature has to offer you. Observe the sacred geometry and the patterns in leaves, in flowers, in tree bark, in all of these experiences of nature, dear ones. There are codes and information for you to assimilate. You may not understand it with your intellectual mind, nor do you need to do so. What is important is that subconscious assimilation of the knowledge. And this will bring you closer to remembering your source, remembering who you are as love and light. You can also ask for assistance. You can ask for assistance from the hierarchy, from your galactic brothers and sisters, as many are more advanced in their remembrance of who they are. And all you need to do is simply ask, could you please help me remember who I am as love and light? It is such a simple question, dear ones, and yet so powerful as you become receptive to your remembering and awakening.
You often use the words codes and activations. Can you give more information on what this means?
Yes, dear ones. Codes and activations are information for your DNA. I will see if I can give this channel some other words to assist you in your understanding. This information comes to your DNA and is integrated into your DNA as waves of light and love, as spirals and vortices of energy. These codes come to you through sacred geometry and through numbers. These codes are sometimes transmitted through language, although unless the language is pure, it is easy for these to be diluted, and so we, myself and the hierarchy, prefer to give these codes through sound, light, numbers, spirals of energy. The activations that I refer to are simply these sparks of light, this creation energy that we spoke of in another conversation. These sparks of light enter your being if you are receptive and are integrated into your DNA and into your beings in such a way that new neurons are formed within your nervous system and your brain that allow for communication directly with Source, for that information of love and light to come through into your remembering of who you are and to become an actual part of your DNA.
Is genetic manipulation via gene splicing disruptive to soul growth?
Unfortunately, dear one, this practice or experiment has greatly contributed to the illusion. And so in this way, it has kept many souls constricted. However, it does not have true power over soul growth, for once these souls remember who they are set free, and this gene splicing can no longer affect them. It is, however, what you might call a dangerous practice, as it brings in much illusion.
Is this allowed amongst Galactics to do gene splicing, or is this considered too dangerous to be practiced?
Some Galactics have practiced this with this experiment, yes, dear one.
How is death different than ascension?
Dear ones, what you refer to as death is that leaving of the physical body, often through illness and disease, especially in these past years on your planet. Sometimes it is just that time for the soul to transition, and it is a lot more peaceful exiting of the body. Ascension is that choice, usually very conscious on the part of the individual whose soul is ready to transcend or raise in frequency. Your physical death on the planet does not always go along with an increase in frequency. That soul continues on the journey wherever it goes. In ascension, however, there is a very marked increase in frequency that allows the soul to go to its next level, which does not always occur in death.
Does the physical body transition in ascension entirely?
It depends upon the ascension, dear one. Specifically what we have talked about with the event in September. Many will ascend and dematerialize their physical bodies. Some will ascend and maintain the ability to remain in their physical body. So it is different depending on the soul's path.
Different channelers talk about September. Why is the information about the event different amongst different channelers as to what and how it is occurring?
Dear one, each channel has his or her own perception that often filters through the messages. Even this channel sometimes filters through her own perceptions because she is still in human form. And so we always do our best to be as clear through each channel, but it is also dependent on the channel itself, as some channels have more density or are of lower vibration. They perceive the information that is coming through them and interpret it in a way that resonates most closely with their soul's path. Thus, different information comes through each channel, and to some degree all is truth, as it is true for that soul and the people who resonate with that.
What is an avatar?
Dear one, avatars are very high beings, maintaining great love and light within their beings and within their spheres, or their auras, as you call them. An avatar is a very advanced soul, a very advanced soul that embodies much love and light. And I use the word embody as not all avatars are in physical human form. In fact, most are not. I use the word embody because they have integrated much love and light into their beings and into their energetic field.
How is this distinguished different from an ascended master?
Yes, as we understand in this English language and in your paradigm of levels and higher frequencies and lower frequencies, I would simply say that an avatar is more advanced in their soul's path than an ascended master. Avatars carry and embody a great deal more of love and light than an ascended master. And this is not to in any way belittle or judge my beloved ascended masters, for they are very powerful and filled with love and light.
Is the Kabbalic Tree of Life sacred information related to ascension?
Of course, dear one. We spoke of codes and activations earlier in this conversation. The Kabbalic Tree of Life offers such codes and activations for your being. Simply being in the energy of a photo or a picture will offer you activations and information for your being to assimilate. And those who study this Kabbalic Tree of Life gain even more opportunity to assimilate the information that comes through.
Is the flower of life the most fundamental understanding of creation as far as sacred information?
The flower of life, dear one, is a way that this love and light information and creation information was put into a physical form, as you might call it. However, it is not the end-all and be-all. It is simply a way for you to assimilate more information.
Is understanding Metatron's cube assistive in integrating sacred information?
Yes, dear one.
Will meditating on flowing love and light through chakras assist in raising one's vibrational frequency?
Absolutely, dear one.
Will this also assist with psychic perceptions?
For some, it may, dear one. For not all souls are destined in the human form to receive great amounts of psychic information. For those souls who are, however, this can be of great assistance in expanding their psychic awareness.
Is learning how to breathe and raise kundalini energy another way of helping raising one's vibrational frequency?
It can be, dear one. For those who are somewhat clear and understand how to allow the flow and to let go, kundalini energy can be very assistive. For those who maintain their awareness in the illusion, however, many blockages are set up within their being, and so working with kundalini can be uncomfortable for them, as the energy can build and get stuck in various places within their being.
Is breath work with auras assistive in raising one's vibrational frequency?
Yes, dear one, for some. Again, as each being is different, they will resonate with different methods of raising their frequency. And as each being has different places where energy flows and different places within their being where energy might get blocked or stuck or stagnant. Again, breath work is one of those modalities that can greatly enhance and be assistive of the flow of energy, but it can also be uncomfortable for those who have areas of stagnation that they have not yet released.
Is breath work with the central prana channel assistive in raising one's vibrational frequency, or does this simply expand as one's frequency changes?
Both occurs simultaneously, dear one. So yes, you may use this central channel as a way to channel your breath, and in so doing, you also expand that channel. And so they work together in this way.
For those who are to consciously transition and travel different dimensions, is conscious knowledge about merkabas and other energy structures necessary for changing dimensions, or is intention to change frequency enough?
All the knowledge that you need, dear one, is written within your DNA and your soul. And so you do not need to have conscious knowledge of any of these things in order to fully fulfill your soul's path and your destiny.
Does centering one's consciousness in their sacred heart space allow a more clear connection with akashic information, higher self connection, and connection to other higher beings?
Yes, dear one, this is of great assistance. And it is not only centering your intention there, but it is also that intention to connect with Source, to clear yourselves of imprints and implants, as we have discussed earlier. One can center in their heart space and receive much information. However, if they have not cleared themselves, the information that comes through may be diluted or contaminated. And so it is also important when bringing in this type of information that you also clear any beliefs of the illusion, any old programs, as we have discussed earlier.
Does the torus-shaped energy field generated by the heart help generate existence, or is it simply a way of pulling forth manifestations from the desires of the heart?
It is a way of amplifying source energy, of amplifying creative energy, thus assisting in your manifestations, and also assisting all life everywhere as you amplify love and light within your being.
How are meridians related to these other energy flows?
There are many pathways in your being to receive source love and light and creation energy. Meridians are simply one of these channels. They are no greater or lesser than other channels such as chakras. They are simply another way to receive the information. Depending on your wiring, dear ones, you may receive more information through your meridians, or more information through your heart, or more information through another of your chakras. None is greater or lesser than the other. Each is resonant to different pathways of receiving information, and all is beautiful, dear ones.
Is centering your heart still the most important, though, for clarity and information?
For some, this is the most important way to center. It is not for all, dear ones, as all are resonant to different channels and different places within your being where you must center. Each of you has a knowing of where this place is for you. For some, it is in the heart. For some, it is in what you call the second chakra. For some, it is in your root chakra, and many other various places of your being. For many, it is the heart chakra, as this is where much love and light flows in. But if this is not your resonant place, dear ones, please do not judge yourself, as it is different for all.
Is the halo around the pineal gland in the head important for manifesting?
Yes and no, dear one. It can be of assistance in manifesting. However, your manifesting energy comes from your heart, and for some, from your heart and that resonant place in which they center.
Are there any additional ways to raise and maintain frequency that we have not discussed?
We have covered much in our conversations, yes, dear ones. We have covered much. For some who resonate with this, they can raise their frequencies through astral travel, meaning that while they are meditating or sleeping or simply in that space where they have the ability to split their consciousness and go somewhere else, they may wish to visit some of their star brothers or sisters, or wish to come to me personally for infusions of love and light. And when they return to their bodies, as we would say it, it is very important that they commit and intend to integrate the love and light that they received from this travel. If this love and light information is not integrated, it can scatter their energies in a way that makes it more difficult for them to function in a human body on this planet Earth. Just by the intention and commitment to integrate the energies, they will be much more solid and much more able to function with their higher frequency. And if they feel that they are not able to integrate the energies, they can always ask for assistance, and it will come.
Is there anything else Prime Creator would like to share with those watching this video?
Dear ones, I will tell you over and over, as much as I am given the opportunity, of my love for you. I will tell you over and over how cherished you are. I thank you for your service. I thank you for the inner work you have done on yourselves. I thank you for your commitment to raise your awareness and consciousness about how to be more love and light. I thank you, each of you, for your soul's path and your soul's journey. For it is these many diversified paths and journeys that make this universe so much fun. And so I thank you for each of your choices on that soul level. And I thank you for allowing me to be part of your awareness and be part of your everyday lives. Thank you, dear ones. Thank you, dear ones. Thank you for being with me again for another video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Much love.